Two cities, 24 miles apart, divided by rivalry, united by football, born from coal and forged in steel, Germany's industrial heartland is the home of its greatest footballing rivalry. Schalke, Borussia Dortmund. Welcome to Football Profile, and this is the Revierderby. Like most great footballing institutions, this rivalry's history is deep-rooted in Germany's industrial past. The two cities became the engine of the German economy, and their football teams flourished. Pumping out steel and coal, they grew rapidly, and their population soared, birthing the huge working-class identity the region still prides itself on to this day. With this growth came an increased passion and dedication for its football clubs. You were either black and yellow or royal blue. Nothing else mattered. And from it, a rivalry was born. It was more than football. It was your life. Over the years, this intensity would only grow. And now it has become the Bundesliga's biggest rivalry. The matches mean everything. A bad season can be saved with a derby win. Bragging rights are paramount. What's the point in ruling Germany if you don't rule the Ruhr? Similar to the majority of large-profile rivalries, the Revierderby has been defined by periods of dominance from one side or the other. The early years were dominated by Schalke, who won the first competitive meeting between the clubs in the 1924-25 season, embarking on an 18-year period of control. This was achieved with the help of legend Ernst Kusora, whose goals remain a Revierderby record at 16, and led Schalke to 6 of their 7 German titles. Schalke brought a precursor of tiki-taka, one-touch football that helped them dominate German football in the pre- and immediate post-war period. This one-sided relationship, however, would not last, and with the foundation of the Bundesliga in 1963, the derby would go to a whole other level. Dortmund would become a powerhouse in the early 60s, and extend long periods of derby misery on their royal blue neighbours. One of these was the fixture at Dortmund's Rote Erde Stadium in 1969. When Schalke took the lead, the fans stormed the pitch in celebration. Panicked, the police released the dogs to regain control, resulting in 2 Schalke players being bitten by the German shepherds. Despite its surreal nature, the fixture would define another period of Schalke dominance, as they remained unbeaten in the derby until 1977. The level of drama in the extreme goes hand in hand with the Revierderby itself. From sparkling comebacks when Schalke defied a 4-goal deficit at halftime to achieve a remarkable draw, to Dortmund beating Schalke at the end of the 2007 season, stopping their fierce rivals from their first title win since the 50s. The atmosphere off the pitch seems to inspire the actions on it, which was never clearer than an epic match in 1997 when Jens Lehmann, the Schalke goalkeeper, levelled the game up with a last-minute goal in open play, becoming the first goalkeeper to score in Revierderby history. With all this in mind, you would expect this rivalry to be born out of hatred for each other, but in many ways the very opposite is true. Where other great world rivalries are defined by religion, politics, or nationalism, these two clubs are very similar. Their fan bases, identities, and origins are very closely aligned, and as a result, a mutual respect also resides, even if it may be hard to find on Derby Day. This was epitomised in 1974, where following relegation, Borussia Dortmund faced insolvency due to lingering financial issues. Schalke responded by organising a friendly between the teams and allowing Dortmund to keep all the ticket money, saving the club. This sort of action would be a rare occurrence worldwide, but the Revierderby is truly unique in that its intense match-day atmosphere is matched by its off-field respect and cordiality. They are more than football clubs, and they need each other to preserve this unique identity. Never has this respect and unity been as clearly on display as in 1997. Dubbed the Year of the Ruhr, both clubs would come home with European glory. Schalke taking the UEFA Cup and Borussia Dortmund the Champions League. On this day, the teams were not just icons in the Ruhr, nor just Germany, they were icons of the footballing world. Franz Beckenbauer famously said on this day that the heart of German football beats in the Ruhr. This statement is hard to deny. The rivalry's history, power, intensity, and passion go unmatched in German football. It encapsulates the working class origin of the sport, conserving the tradition of the game in ways that other rivalries will always fail to imitate. Its teams are not always the top teams in their country, going through bad periods as Schalke's recent relegation proves. But this does not matter to a game like this. The match would attract just as many fans and spectacle if it were to occur in the third division. In this regard, it's so much more than a match. It celebrates the greatness of football, something that's bounded by blood and something that's, to be honest, almost unexplainable. The Revierderby has every one of these things in abundance, as well as a history to back it up that makes it without doubt one of the greatest football rivalries. Thank you for tuning into this episode of Football Profile, and I hope you enjoyed our look into the Revierderby. Please leave a like and subscribe as it really helps us out. Also, please tell us in the comments what football rivalry we should check out in the next episode.